The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The House of Representatives tackled the proposed 2023 budget for the Agriculture Department today. We have Marian Enriquez reporting to us live from the Batasang Pambansa in Quezon City for an update. Maan, hi, good afternoon. What do you have for us?
Yes, Sean, among the issues that were raised were the farm-to-market roads and the funds for post-harvest facilities. Basilan Congressman Mujib Hataman questioned the DA on how it would determine the projects under the farm-to-market roads. Currently, the agency has set about 72,797 kilometers of road to be completed under a project that has been going on since 2000. Isabela 1st District Representative Tony Pet Albano, who stood as point person for the DA's budget, says part of the criteria include the production area across all commodities, connectivity and linkage to markets, and the number of farmers that will benefit. Albano also said there's an ongoing plan to fix all farm-to-market roads nationwide. Meanwhile, Agri-Party List Representative Wilbert Lee questioned the meager amount allotted for post-harvest facilities. Under the 2023 proposal, only about 13 billion pesos was allotted for post-harvest, despite having 59 billion pesos in pre-harvest budget. Lee stressed the struggles of farmers that had to sell their goods at a much lower cost, as well as those who have no choice but to throw it away. Lee asked the DA to recalibrate and re-strategize the value chain. Albano, meanwhile, said the budget was lower due to budget constraints, but noted that it was a 40% increase from last year. Sean, the House has terminated the period of interpellation and debates for the DA, where there was no mention of the sugar mess. Next in line are the Social Welfare and Defense Departments. Sean?
All right, Maan, just to clarify, has that budget been approved more or less? And would this have anything to do with the fact that the President is also the concurrent Agriculture Secretary?
Yes, as for the approval, it will still undergo for the period of amendments. So take note that the budget of the Agriculture Department has only been approved on the period of interpellation and debate. So they will still go through with the period of amendments where we will have to see if there will be a additional budget for the department, or they will just retain their budget. Sean?
All right, thank you so much for that clarification and those updates. Marian Enriquez reporting to us live from the Batasang Pambansa in QC. In other news, the Justice Department will start deporting illegal Pogo workers by October. DOJ spokesperson Miko Clavano told One Balita Pilipinas that the DOJ is in talks with the Chinese embassy for the deportation process. Around 200 Chinese nationals currently in DOJ custody will be sent back to China. DOJ officials recently met with Chinese embassy representatives to discuss the repatriation of overstaying Pogo workers.
They would love to coordinate with our government doon po sa summary deportation ng mga Chinese nationals. The first step na pinag-usapan nila ay yung pag-verify po ng identity ng mga Chinese nationals.
And National Security Adviser Clarita Carlos says the dismissal of the government's petition to declare the CPP NPA as terrorists is nothing but a minor setback. In a statement, Carlos, who serves as vice chairperson of the NTF-LCAC, says the decision will not undermine their campaign against the Communist Party and its armed wing to achieve peace and unity in the country. Manila Regional Trial Court, Branch 19 dismissed the 2018 petition filed by the Justice Department with a ruling that states that the CPP NPA was and is not organized to engage in terrorism. The Interior Department has ordered the National Police Force to set up a detachment at the Masungi Georeserve amid issues of land grabbing in the area. DILG Secretary Benhur Abalos said this is to ensure peace and order within the protected area. Last week, at least 30 armed men from a private security agency were found camping out in Masungi.
The first thing is to benchmark. Ibig sabihin ng benchmarking, ililista mo lahat, ano okupado, anong hindi okupado. Pangalawa, siguro on their side, yung mga walang rights talaga, ayusin nila, linisin nila maigi ito. Number 3 is to preserve those na talagang walang tao and to make sure ito'y mabantayan maigi.
For its part, the Environment Department has vowed to fast-track the review of claims to the nature reserve.
Sa way forward, ang pinag-usapan, dapat i-reviewin lahat ng mga claimants at tanggalin na kung sino yung mga dokumento at once and for all, i-deny na yan. At ang plano pa, magkakaroon ng detachment dito ang PNP para kung may mga problema ganito, hindi yung responde.
We're gonna pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Climate change deniers are hitting scientists and fact-checkers with lawsuits in an attempt to silence them. Check out this report from Bloomberg.
Social media savvy climate scientists have something else to worry about other than the fallout of global rising temperatures. A growing number of climate science fact-checkers have been targeted by climate deniers and conspiracy theorists. In little more than a decade, the Climate Science Legal Defense Fund has helped more than 240 climate scientists fend off such attacks. But why is this happening? Mainly because these scientists have fact-checked documentaries or misinformation that can be seen on social media like Facebook and TikTok. Two organisations, Government Accountability and Oversight and Energy Policy Advocates, have been two of the most aggressive in pursuing scientists with FOI requests and issuing lawsuits against them. They often go by the acronyms GAO and EPA to gain credibility from government agencies which share the same letters. Their method is to file hundreds of public records requests to the agencies and universities that employ these climate scientists who do their fact checks on websites like Climate Feedback. Peter Neff, also known as ICP to his TikTok followers, has been a fact checker on Climate Feedback since 2016. He says threats of legal action can make scientists feel like they're taking on personal liability for simply sharing their expertise. The end goal for these climate-denying groups is clear: to make it even harder to tell fact from fiction than now.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. President Bongbong Marcos and his U.S. counterpart Joe Biden met on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly. Biden says he is seeking to strengthen relations with the Philippines after what he described as a rocky past. World Health Organization Chief Tedros Ghebreyesus qualified an earlier assertion on the COVID-19 pandemic. He says that the end to the health crisis is in sight. However, it's still a long way off. Pag-asa says Tropical Storm Carding, which is currently east of northern Luzon, has maintained its strength. Storm signals over parts of northern Luzon and central Luzon could be raised as early as tonight, ahead of the expected